The Communist Manifesto, published in 1848 by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. The Communist Manifesto became one of the most significant political texts in modern history. Written amid the turbulence of the Industrial Revolution, it responded to harsh working conditions, social inequality, and the rise of capitalism in Europe. The pamphlet called for the abolition of private property, the empowerment of the working class, and the establishment of a classless society. Its rallying cry, "Workers of the world, unite," became synonymous with revolutionary movements across the globe. The text influenced major political revolutions, from early socialist uprisings to the Russian Revolution of 1917, and continues to shape debates on capitalism, socialism, and class struggle in modern politics and economics. The Odyssey, attributed to Homer and composed around the 8th century BCE, the Odyssey is a cornerstone of Western literature. It follows Odysseus' perilous 10-year journey home after the Trojan War, a story that complements Homer's The Iliad, which depicts the war itself. Set in the ancient Greek oral tradition, the poem reflects themes of perseverance, cunning, loyalty, and the struggles of human endurance against divine forces. Its influence spans millennia, shaping Greek cultural identity and inspiring countless works in literature, theater, and film. The narrative also provides insight into ancient Greek values, including hospitality, honor, and heroism. As one of history's foundational epics, the Odyssey continues to resonate globally as a timeless exploration of survival and homecoming. The Bible. The Bible, composed over centuries, is the central text of Christianity and one of the most influential books in human history. Divided into the Old Testament and New Testament, it incorporates theology, history, poetry, and moral teachings. Emerging from Jewish traditions and early Christian communities, it shaped Western civilization, law, and cultural identity. The Bible's translation into vernacular languages, like the Gutenberg Bible in the 15th century, democratized access to Scripture and fueled movements such as the Protestant Reformation. Its stories, from Genesis to the Gospels, have inspired art, literature, and political thought across the globe. Beyond religion, it remains a cultural cornerstone, shaping moral frameworks and guiding billions of believers worldwide. The Divine Comedy. Written by Dante Alighieri in the early 14th century, the Divine Comedy is a monumental epic poem mapping the Christian afterlife through hell, purgatory, and heaven. Composed during Dante's exile from Florence, it intertwines medieval theology with his personal grievances, offering both allegory and social critique. The poem established the Tuscan dialect as the foundation for modern Italian, influencing European literature profoundly. Its vivid imagery of sin, redemption, and divine justice shaped Christian thought and art for centuries. Figures like Virgil and Beatrice guide Dante, blending classical heritage with Christian vision. Beyond theology, it symbolizes the human journey toward enlightenment and spiritual fulfillment, making it a lasting masterpiece of moral and literary imagination. On the Origin of Species. Published by Charles Darwin in 1859. On the Origin of Species revolutionized science by introducing the theory of evolution through natural selection. Emerging from Darwin's studies, including his voyage on the HMS Beagle, the book challenged prevailing religious and scientific views of creation. It argued that species evolve over time through environmental pressures, fundamentally altering humanity's understanding of nature. The book sparked intense debate between science and religion, influencing biology, anthropology, and philosophy. Its ideas underpinned modern genetics, ecology, and medicine, shaping how we interpret life itself. Despite controversy, Darwin's work remains a cornerstone of modern science, representing a profound shift in humanity's place in the natural order. The Quran. The Quran, revealed to the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century CE, is the sacred scripture of Islam and one of history's most influential texts. Written in Arabic, it provides religious guidance, law, and moral principles for over 1 billion Muslims worldwide. Emerging in the Arabian Peninsula, it unified fragmented tribes under a new monotheistic faith and established the foundation of Islamic civilization. Its poetic language and emphasis on justice, mercy, and submission to God inspired centuries of philosophy, science, and art across the Islamic world. The Quran's teachings influence political systems, cultural practices, and spirituality, extending far beyond religion into law, literature, and governance. It remains central to global religious discourse today. 1984. Published in 1949 by George Orwell, 1984 is a dystopian novel warning against totalitarianism, surveillance, and the erosion of individual freedom. Written in the aftermath of World War II and amid rising authoritarian regimes, it reflects Orwell's critique of Stalinism and fears of unchecked state power. Set in a bleak future ruled by Big Brother, the novel explores manipulation through propaganda, censorship, and psychological control. Concepts like doublethink and the thought police entered global political discourse. 1984 became a touchstone for critiques of government overreach and mass surveillance in the 20th and 21st centuries. Its enduring relevance makes it one of the most powerful literary warnings against authoritarianism in any era. The Torah. The Torah, the foundational text of Judaism, consists of the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Traditionally believed to have been revealed to Moses, it established the religious, ethical, and legal foundations of Jewish life. The Torah shaped not only Judaism, but also Christianity and Islam, influencing global religious and moral traditions. Its laws and narratives, such as the Exodus story, symbolize liberation, faith, and divine covenant. The Torah's role in Jewish identity and law guided communities for millennia, even under exile and persecution. Hamlet, written by William Shakespeare around 1600, Hamlet is one of the most enduring works in world literature. The tragedy explores themes of revenge, mortality, madness, and moral corruption through the story of Prince Hamlet avenging his father's murder. Emerging during the Elizabethan era, it reflects Renaissance concerns with humanism, power, and uncertainty about life and death. Its famous soliloquies, including "to be or not to be," became iconic meditations on existence. The play shaped English drama and influenced literature, philosophy, and psychology, particularly through its psychological depth and exploration of inner conflict. Hamlet continues to be performed globally, symbolizing timeless human struggles with conscience, fate, and moral duty. The Republic. Written by Plato in the 4th century BCE, composed in ancient Athens, it uses dialogues featuring Socrates to explore justice, governance, and the ideal society. The text introduces the concept of philosopher kings, critiques democracy, and discusses the allegory of the cave, a metaphor for ignorance and enlightenment. It shaped Western political thought, influencing thinkers from Augustine to Rousseau. Its vision of order, education, and the role of knowledge resonates in modern debates about government and morality. The Republic remains a cornerstone of philosophy, bridging politics, ethics, and metaphysics in the quest for justice. The Wealth of Nations, published in 1776 by Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations laid the foundation for modern economics. Emerging during the Enlightenment and coinciding with the American Revolution, it examined how labor, trade, and markets shape prosperity. Smith's concept of the invisible hand argued that individuals pursuing self-interest can benefit society through free markets. The book critiqued mercantilism and championed economic liberalism, influencing capitalism's rise and global trade systems. Its impact shaped industrial economies, modern capitalism, and policies across Europe and America. The Wealth of Nations remains central to economic thought, frequently cited in debates over free trade, government intervention, and the balance between wealth creation and social responsibility. The Prince. Written by Niccolò Machiavelli. In 1513, The Prince is a seminal work of political theory. Composed during Italy's fragmented Renaissance city-states, it advised rulers on power, pragmatism, and statecraft. Unlike idealistic visions of governance, it emphasized realpolitik, arguing that leaders must sometimes act immorally to maintain stability and authority. Its infamous maxim, "It is better to be feared than loved," made the book controversial yet enduring. Though initially condemned, it influenced monarchs, revolutionaries, and modern politicians alike. The Prince reshaped views of leadership, separating politics from morality, and remains a cornerstone in discussions of power.